Wrestling Sauce. Oh yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Here we are, Sami Zayn, WWE champion. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into the show. Here we are. Pro Wrestling Sauce every Wednesday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Superhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. I'm Josh O'Leary. Welcome in, everybody. As you know, this is a show started by me and my brother Jacob, and we've been doing live on Wednesdays for over 2 years now. And Jacob is out in Germany, so the time frame does not fit at all for him to join us live while he's over in Germany. So, yep, we don't have Jacob. We just got me for the time being. Unless Cowboy Nate and Saban want to hop on here and join us. They have an open invitation. I might, you know what? I'm thinking about doing on Thursdays, doing like a celebrity search for a new wrestling, for a wrestling host. I need someone to come in here, because I mean, I can't ask Dirt or Clams to do that. You know, they're not watching the product like that. And they're on Tuesdays on House Assembly. So check out House Assembly every Tuesday, right here on the channel as well. We had a good episode last night, very funny. A lot of jokes that that are a little risky on that one last night. But hey, is what it is. Welcome in. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is the top of the program here, top of the show. And you know, I'd kind of just run through things. We had Night of Champions. And then we had, we had SmackDown before that. But I don't, there's no need to cover SmackDown. Normally, is what we would do. We could hop right into SmackDown and then cover Raw. But when there is a PLE in between, there really seems to be no need to do any of that. So we've got Night of Champions on the dock, and we've got Raw on the docket tonight. And I'll get into both of them, but I do not have my own notes here tonight. So, and I'll explain why. If you go back, you don't have to go back too far. In the Raw and SmackDown Final Hour playlist here on the Superhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel, you will find that my Night of Champions live reaction was done live from the pool. I was at the pool with my daughter, enjoying a Saturday evening, and I was not able to make Night of Champions. She wanted to go to the pool. I was not going to make her sit inside on a nice day and have me watch wrestling and try to keep her entertained just because I want to see Night of Champions. No, we're not having it. I'll put it on at the pool, and I'll see what I can of it. And I saw those first two matches really well, but then it switched over to the ESPN app, and I was like, oh crap, I don't have that on my phone. I said I only have that on the TVs. And so then it was a whole mess trying to download ESPN and everything from the pool. I was like, this is not even worth it. So I just waited till I got back home, and then I watched the rest. So it was about, I mean, I missed a good chunk, but I came in and I saw the rest, and I caught up with clips with the rest. You know, it wasn't too hard to catch up. And then I watched Raw. I just watched Raw. Watched Raw, right? I was watching Raw. Well, I got the whatchamacallit here, the match card up, and I'll get into each match and what I thought of it, because I definitely saw these first two matches. Definitely saw the first two. They were live on ESPN, like I said. I do not have a graphic for Night of Champions, but this is your Night of Champions review here. So, Night of Champions 2026, we kicked off with the King of the Ring finals with Jey Uso and Oba Femi. And I was worried. I was worried going into this match. This is one of the main reasons why I had this on the brain, actually getting ready to go to the pool. Like I said, me and my daughter were going to go to the pool. There's no reason to stay inside and be a hermit inside when it's such a nice day. And she wants to go outside. She's a kid, who doesn't want to go to the pool and have some fun. So I said, we're going to go to the pool. And I'm going to try not to worry too much about Jey Uso potentially becoming the King of the Ring. I'm going to try not to worry about that. And I had nothing to worry about. Thank goodness. Right? Nothing to worry about. Thank goodness. Just checking to see if we had anybody in here. I thought I heard something. Thought I heard something in there. It's just me hearing things, right? But we had Oba Femi and Jey Uso kick things off here. And I was a little worried about it, and I put the match up. I missed the entrances, so I missed Jey Uso attempting to run it back, which I'm sure he did. But Oba Femi, he was on a roll here. Jey Uso ending up as his opponent was something, to say the least. I was not pleasant. Go back and watch last week's episode. I was not happy about it. Look at the thumbnail. I gave Jey Uso stink lines. Right? I put stink lines on Jey Uso because that's how he's coming off lately. Right? He's a 40-year-old man doing what he's doing right now, and it's a bit much. And I'm not even talking about what he's doing on TV. I'm talking about how he acts on social media as well. He's a dork. He's a big-ass dork. We've got Oba Femi winning here in a okay match. This was okay. A lot of it I felt like was clunky. I felt like it was a little bit unbelievable for Oba Femi to be selling the way he was. But Jey Uso did get some offense in here, and it did seem like, oh no, there was a chance that Jey Uso could possibly win this thing, but no, not at all. And plus, Oba's just like way over. The whole Jey Uso thing like dies once Oba's in there. Like, people want Oba more than they want to Yeet, and that came across here with this crowd, at least in Saudi Arabia. With that crowd, at least with the in-live crowd there. Jey Uso, he just comes across obnoxious. He comes across obnoxious and repetitive. He's very repetitive and obnoxious, and he's trying to be the catchphrase king. Yeah, right? He's trying to be the catchphrase king. All these guys need a catchphrase, right? If he says yeet, Jimmy says no yeet, right? If you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They all need their fucking catchphrases so they can get some shitty AI graphic and screen print it onto a t-shirt. Right? That Roman will wear for like 1 week. But this was okay. This was not the best thing in the world. I think the best thing about this match was that there was no Brock Lesnar. There was no Brock Lesnar, which is a good thing. Which is a very good thing. I like the fact that it wasn't interrupted and that it was just like a clean victory here for Oba. But it is a little bit confusing because now he's going against Brock at SummerSlam, and yet he can challenge somebody. And later on, we see Io challenge her opponent right away, and Oba doesn't do so. He's going to linger on for a little bit, and he's going to have this match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in a steel cage match, as it was announced on Raw. So what the hell? We'll see what happens there. We'll get into that a little bit more as we go along here for Night of Champions. Thank you all for being here. Leave a chat down in the chat if you feel free to do so. Speaking of which, I should pull that dock it up if I do say so myself. There we go. Got the chat up. If you feel free to leave a comment. We're hanging out here and talking about Night of Champions. Josh O'Leary, and this is Pro Wrestling Sauce. We're live here every Wednesday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. You know that's not true. It's not true anymore. How the tables have turned. Well, next up, guys, we got the Queen of the Ring finals. It's Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Danhausen is involved in this shit, which I think immediately taints it for me. I'm sorry. I'm not 10. Right? I'm over the age of 11. So this Danhausen involvement, it's not working for me anymore. It's funny for like a second, and then it's like, ugh. Why? Why so much of this? It's fucking everywhere too. It's just like everywhere. It's oversaturated, for sure. Like he's involved with the Judgment Day with Miz, and I mean he's fucking everywhere. This guy, and it totally ruins the outcome of matches, in my opinion, when he goes around cursing people, because then it's like, uh-oh, they're gonna lose now. They got cursed by Danhausen. So if you're under the age of 11, this is working. This is working for you. This is good stuff. This is a good storyline. This is very funny. She got cursed. And then the next week she'll be like, I got cursed by freaking Danhausen. Oh my God. This shit sucks. This shit's butt. It taints a Io Sky match, and I hate that. They still had a pretty decent bout here. I'm not shitting all over this match. I'm shitting all over the Danhausen involvement. You take the Danhausen involvement out of this thing, it's a pretty good match. Pretty good match. I'm not upset about it at all. These two have had good matches in the past. Io Sky and Liv Morgan. They know what they're doing in there. And I'm never upset when I see more from them. But Io Sky wins, and this was good, but following the match, and I was watching this at the pool, by the way. I was at the pool, hanging out. I was in the pool when this match was taking place, so I was mainly listening to it. But following it, Io Sky says that she's going to pick Liv Morgan. She's going to pick Liv Morgan to challenge her for the women's WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I thought that was pretty funny. That she just was like, you know what, I'm just going to face you. I just beat you, so might as well be able to face you. So she better get uncursed by Danhausen soon. Yeah, who gives a shit? Next up, we have Steel Cage match. We had Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker of Braun and Bronson, Attorneys at Law. And, there was a shitload of weapons in this match. It was back and forth a lot with the weapons, like we're both going to take turns torturing each other type deal. Nice superplex through a table. That was probably the biggest thing to come out of this match from what I recall. There was a curb stomp off the top rope. It didn't look that great. I didn't think it looked that great. For the victory here, Seth Rollins beats Braun Breaker by pinfall here, and Braun Breaker is, my God, cooling off. You could, as lightly as you can put it, cooling off. It's it's almost like he did something wrong. I don't know what the deal was going into WrestleMania this past year with that return. And him having to do the run-in instead of having an actual match when he was cleared. But it's all really been downhill from there. Since the injury, since the Vision, the whole storyline for the Vision just kind of got like tossed like to the curb because everybody got injured and it sucked anyway. It didn't make any sense. Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins and this whole group they did, it was the worst. And now it's just relegated to a tag team. Whoever's holding the tag team titles between uh, the three dickheads, right? Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Braun Breaker. And unfortunately, that's what Braun Breaker's been subjected to here. He's been delegated to third wheel in the Vision somehow, behind Austin Theory. I mean Logan Paul's at the top clearly in that stable, but then behind Austin Theory, my God, dude, my God. Let me wet my whistle, man. What was that cheese stick thing? All right. Let's see here. All right, guys, I got some sad news. Is that I missed Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams. I was not paying attention for this, and I was packing up at the pool at this point. I was packing up at the pool, and I went live for a little bit before this, or wait, maybe it was after this. Okay, it was after this. I went live after this. I went live during the Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill match, but I wasn't watching it. I was just at the pool. But I still missed most of this match. But we had Trick Williams winning by pinfall to retain his United States Championship. Ricky Saints wasn't ready for this thing at all. I can tell you that now. His character was very stale. He would have an elaborate entrance. We saw him live. We went to SmackDown Live a few months ago, and Lori really enjoyed his entrance. She was like, wow, I really like his entrance. This guy seems pretty fun. And then since then, that's really all he's been. He's a big entrance, and then kind of like a when he comes out there. Little Yachty, steals more of the spotlight than Ricky Saints does. But good for him. He's on a premium live event here against Trick Williams for a United States title, and he lost. Next up is the Women's United States Championship. We got Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. And I was live, like I said, during this match. I was at the pool. I was relaxing. I was eating some Nutter Butter cookies. I was having a Coca-Cola. Just hanging out, having a good time. And I did not know that my pick here was Jade Cargill. I thought I was going to get every one right here. I said, Jade Cargill deserves this. She's had two different, at this point, she had two different losses on two different PLEs here. And I was like, she kind of deserves justice. She does well in those matches. Those were very good matches. The last match we saw her have was absolutely fantastic. And she definitely held her own. And I thought maybe she could win here. I think it could put some spice on the U.S. title. And it'd be kind of funny that she failed to get the big one, so now she just takes the U.S. one and starts rubbing that one in people's faces. I mean, that's a good heel type move. And they did not decide to do that route. They decided to go with Tiffany Stratton retaining the championship. And this one had a bunch of interference. There was no interference in any of the other matches, but this one had a lot of interference here at the end. You had B-Fab and Meechin. And you also had Chelsea Green and Charlotte Flair, come out here to interrupt this match and cause a bunch of collisions between all of these women, with eventually Tiffany Stratton pulling out the victory here. But she's just as stale as can be. Like, she's got like no character. Like, what is the what happened? She was spicy. There was some spice there when she was going up against Charlotte Flair, and she was like calling her out for some shit and stuff like that. People didn't like that. Oh my god, this is that was good. That was spicy. We were talking about it. It was nice. It was nice. There was some realness to it. Right? And then Charlotte had that horrible line about Ludwig being in her DMs, which who knows? Ludwig's kind of a crazy guy, isn't he? Oh my god. What could have been? But now Tiffany is just very one note. One note. Right? It's like a kind of note, right? It's like it's this one. I'll tell you what note it is. It's this right here. That's what that's what it is. Like and subscribe, guys. If you're watching live, if you're watching the playback, excuse me, greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in. Okay, so next up, guys, guess what? It is our main event. That last match shouldn't have even that could have been saved for a SmackDown. But this next match was a big one. This was Gunther versus Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes, the WWE Champion, for the WWE Undisputed Championship in a triple threat match here live from Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions with Mr. Samuel Zayn winning the WWE Championship. Can you believe it? Oh my God. Oh my God. He's won, ladies and gentlemen. He's won. He's won the WWE Championship. Like, I didn't see that in the time. Like, going back, if you go back and you look at, like, Sammy Uso and, like, that character and stuff. Like, he's got some really entertaining bits and times. This one has been the most entertaining thing on SmackDown recently in a long time. His last real good guy character. And it blends in with some of the characters he's done in the past. I really enjoy it when Sammy is a weasel. We've discussed this. I enjoy Weasel Zayn. Weasel Sammy is one of my favorites. And when he's just kind of being a sleazy little turd, he gives me Edge vibes sometimes when he is being a sleazeball. And I enjoy that. And there's some of that coming out here in this character here. This last real good guy, my ride or dies. This is good. This is good for Sammy. This is good for us as viewers. The championship was over there dwindling away, letting the U.S. championship outshine it on its own show. That's what that championship's been doing, sitting on Cody Rhodes' shoulder, collecting fucking dust. I know he's defending it. That's not what I mean by the dust remark. But my goodness. My goodness, do we need a change? And we got one. We got one. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, our new WWE champion. Fantastic. Let's give him the old round of applause, right? Good job. Good job, Sammy. Yeah. We love to see it. This was a good match, too. This was a very good match. Good chemistry between all three of these guys who had a bunch of near falls throughout. And I thought the finish of this match was kind of unexpected. I was expecting like a kick out right there. And I thought that was kind of nice. The Crossroads under roll into a nice little roll up there from Sami Zayn. Very, very smooth. Cody's shoulders pinned nice and clean to the mat. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy finish. Gunther not involved in the finish either. The champ getting pinned himself. Fantastic, dude. Fantastic. fantastic. And this was all after Sami Zayn on SmackDown was rubbing it in his face, being like, I'm going to be the one to take this shit from you, dude. It's going to be me. And he was right. And he was right. A plus here for this one. I'm giving this one an A plus. It's been rare. I mean, they've just been for the amount of shit you have to swim through to find a good show from this company. It's a tremendous amount of shit that you'd be swimming through, right? You'd give Andy Dufresne a run for his money. But where does Gunther go from here though? Where does he go from here? Because I can't really tell. He wasn't the one who got pinned, but I can't really tell where he goes from here. Maybe a retirement match with Brock. I don't know. I'm not really hyped for any of it because he's been a dud. Every time he goes out there, he gets punked out by Jey Uso. He can cut a nice promo, but he gets punked out every time. Every freaking time. We should have just had him. We should have had him win the title from Cody. Cody trying to be getting it back here in this triple threat and still get pinned by Sami Zayn. And then Sami becomes the champion. Gunther loses the championship. That would have been crazy. You would have had that many title changes on the WWE Championship that quickly. When's the last time that's even happened? Where it's rolled over like that, and Gunther's the one to have the short reign? That would be insane. That would be insane. I mean, it'd be something. We'd be talking about it. We're talking about this because this is the best thing we've got. Is Sami Zayn winning this championship? A well-deserved win. And we all saw Kevin Owens tweet. Kevin Owens wished he was there. Right? And Kevin Owens has really been involved in the storyline without being there, just throughout all the mentions. And I'm sure he doesn't appreciate that. So it'll be nice when Kevin Owens does inevitably make his return. That would be interesting. But yeah, I don't know where old ring general Gunther goes from here, right? I don't know where he goes from here. But congratulations, Sami Zayn, WWE champion. I'll play a couple more sound bites for Sarah. Oh my god. He did it. He did it. This was a good show. Night of Champions, good show. I wasn't thoroughly sitting down and just like watching it, but if I was, I feel like I would have enjoyed it. I wouldn't have been too upset by it. I feel like the Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill match was the biggest drag throughout the show, but it wasn't even that big of a drag. I still think Jade Cargill is shining through. I think most people aren't really taking notice of it, but hopefully eventually they will. She's really putting work in, and I believe toning it up and honing in on her in-ring work and skills. So hopefully we see more of that, and she gets a win and doesn't have a fourth PLE loss on her record in a row. That would be detrimental. But everything else on the show was pretty good. Pretty damn good. I mean, I don't know how you could have made it better. There was no interference or involvement from anything. It was just nice, clean matches, good wrestling. I couldn't really even be that upset about it. Yeah, the show gets a nice B plus from me, man. 4 bags of popcorn, 2 sodas. What do you want? What do you want? Let's get into Raw. Right, I gotta pull up. I'm gonna have to pull up my Raw notes. Right, where are they? Because I do have my own notes for Raw. I've got my own notes for Raw. Where are they? I really should be more organized. Aha. What's Jacob's messaging me right now? Sending me TikToks? Isn't it like... Oh, man, he's probably just waking up. Yeah, he's just waking up. Or it's super early over there. Like early in the morning, I think. Yeah. It's early in the morning over there. And he's just waking up. Either just waking up or he's waking up to do something and can go back to sleep. I'm not sure what the deal is, but he's sending me TikToks right now. Shout out to Jacob. If you can hear this, if you're over there in Germany listening to this, it's pretty cool. Listening to this over there in Germany, it's pretty cool. We have Raw, I'm about to talk about. I'm sure what Jacob sent me is some farts, by the way. I'm sure it was farts. I'm sure he sent me a TikTok of farts. I'm sure that's what it is. So, Brock Lesnar. We had Brock Lesnar come out here and, he said, talk shit, get hit. And then dropped Obafemi with a low blow and an F5. But Obafemi, he's like, I'm the king of the ring now, bitch. And he recovered very quickly. Because he literally said bitch, by the way. They have to do that. They have to be like, you're a bitch. And so everybody in the crowd's like, oh my God. And everybody at home's like, whoa, they said bitch. Like, it's so outplayed by now. My God. I just think of like Brie Bella and Nikki Bella anytime someone's like, you're a bitch. Like, you should have died in the womb. Like, that's what Brock should have said to Oba. Or vice versa. Lesnar, he accepted the challenge from Obafemi with one stipulation, the Hell in the Cell stipulation, which I'm like, why would Brock pick that? And I'm like, oh, he did kill Cena on one of those, didn't he? But this wasn't good. I'm not happy for this. I'm not really that excited to see it. Brock seems kind of forced at this point. And that maybe other people will start saying that. I'm going to go ahead and start saying it. I love Brock Lesnar. I think he has some great Well, I love his wrestling. Okay, let's be clear. I love Brock Lesnar's wrestling. I've always enjoyed him as a wrestler. Growing up, I liked him. And I enjoy like the kind of the blend that Brock Lesnar does out there in the ring with his work. He's a great monster, a great beast. That being said, he's forced in here. He's very forced in here with Oba. Like, we have to have this match. It's like some contractual bullshit. And again, if I'm under the age of 11, then I'm like excited for this. But this seems kind of predictable in a sense. Like, I feel like Oba's got to win this thing, or you're just gonna kill the new guy. You can't do that. So Brock's going to lose this Hell in a Cell match in some way. Yeah, I don't know. This wasn't good. And Adam Pearce caught up with Obafemi afterwards, who said there would be championship opportunities in the future. Like, what are you talking about? He just won King of the Ring. It makes no sense. But Obafemi's trying to justify it and be like, no, I want Lesnar at Hell in a Cell. All right. Then we had Rey Mysterio versus All Ego, Ethan Page, right? And this was pretty good. This was pretty good. This was better than the opening. I feel like this should have opened up Raw. What happened to Raw opening up with like a hot match? Let's do that every once in a while instead of somebody coming out talking and putting me to sleep instantly. If you wanted to get people up out of their seats and kind of wake them up to tune them into the show, let's get them up and hot with a good hot fresh match, right? Some death-defying bout between two wrestlers. That might do it. That might do it, because this is what pepped me up. I was like, oh, finally, we get a bout here between two wrestlers. And Rey Mysterio defeated Ethan Page, which I thought was the wrong call. You've had Rey Mysterio sort of down on his luck as of late. I feel like the down on his luck should have continued here. It really should have continued just fitting in with the storyline with Chad Gable. And maybe, I don't know, Chad Gable has to come out and then save him again, and then, I don't know, maybe there's some stuff there. I don't want Chad Gable to get stuck in that whole Alpha Academy stuff either. So, yeah, this wasn't the best, but it was good. It definitely perked me up a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay. And I really wanted Ethan Page to win here, because I'm enjoying what Ethan Page is doing on the main roster. I really didn't care for I guess his work in NXT. I don't know. He just kind of the NXT kind of all blends together. It all kind of looks like one jumbled mess of colors to me sometimes. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm rooting for Ethan. Excuse me. But they had strong chemistry in the ring. These two, Paige and Mysterio. I thought they. I would like to see them do more. I really would like to see them do more. And then backstage we had Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough doing stuff with Danhausen. Okay, more Danhausen. Just scoop my eyeballs out with a splintery spoon. My goodness, Danhausen. Oh, the New York Knicks from his wall. They stole his jersey from his wall. My jersey, my New York Knicks jersey. I'm the reason the Knicks won. So funny. Let's keep playing that up. I still got T-shirts left over to sell. Fuck Danhausen. All right, Joe Hendry and the Street Profits. They had a celebratory concert. Okay, Joe Hendry hasn't been on Raw in forever, and we're gonna get him back out here to do a concert with the Street Prop. This shit sucked. This shit was terrible. The Austin Theory came out here, and God, this was like a boring soup. That's because that's what it was. It wasn't any fun meal. This wasn't like you couldn't even call it a nothing burger or an air sandwich, because any of those things would be more tasty than what this was. This was just a boring soup. Accomplished nothing, and it was just there to really set up this match that was going to be taking place, which was Joe Hendry versus Austin Theory. And we did get to see Joe Hendry wrestle, but it really wasn't a good match. Like, this match was clunky. We were waiting for Joe Hendry to like do his spots and like have camera work and zoom in on his face and whatever. I don't know. I don't like it. It's a little too hokey, and I feel like we need to draw back from some of that a little bit to really get Hendry over, at least with this main audience, because they're going to die and turn on him if you don't do that. The crowd's into Hendry for right now, but that stuff's not gonna last. This wasn't that great. I give it like a bag of popcorn and a soda. But Hendry got the win. This should be better. Austin Theory and Joe Hendry should be a lot better. But that being said, who knows who's booking, who's choreographing the match here? Who's the producer on this one? And then we had Raquel Rodriguez. She made a match between her and Maxine Dupree after talking to Adam Pearce. And then it was Io and Liv. Dude, I'm going to skip Io and Liv. I mean, they just had a talking segment. They came out here and talked. Io put the crown on her head, pointed at her head. Then Liv came out. And then all of the Judgment Day attacked Io Sky. And we're supposed to believe that Liv, who just got beat by Io clean at Night of Champions. No, wait, it was the curse, right? It was the curse. See, I put the curse in the back of my mind because I hate him. More people should do that. We had LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. Oh my God. We just put a YouTube short out. We just put one out of me being like, this is from, I think, last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, of me being like, uh-oh, everybody take your nachos out of the oven. It's time to eat those bitches cold. It's LA Knight versus Jim Uso. And we're still over here eating cold fucking nachos. Like, the nachos are cold, man. So cold. And it's just going back and forth here. This thing makes no sense. I can't stand it. I'm so sick of it. LA Knight, I'm so sorry they're doing this to you. It's like torture. I can't, like, it's like torture. It's like watching a man get tortured. by having to wrestle a bunch of Samoans all the time. Yeah, the crowd is not into this either. The live crowd doesn't give a fuck. I don't give a shit at home. There were people like LA Knight's getting booed at this during people are confused at this because it's just boring. And you had Jimmy Uso win. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. I don't know. Who cares? And then backstage, you had Jacob Fatu. He's telling the Usos he's going to go to SmackDown and confront Solo Sikoa. Oh my god, who gives a shit? I'm so sick of anything with them, dude. They just like pretend to like not like their own family and just like want to work with each other. And then anybody else they have to fight, it's going to be LA Knight. These guys are so fucking boring. They're so boring. And they have like no like they aura farm without any. It's crazy. They're just standing there. Like, I mean, the crowd's just into entrances, but we've been doing it for 4 years now, over 4 years now, with the bloodline. Freshen things up. I mean, Jacob Fatu lose I mean, gosh, you're throwing water on everything. Anything that's hot that they get, they throw water on. I don't even like Jacob Fatu. I think he's a narc. All right, Maxine Dupree versus Raquel Rodriguez. If you want to know more about my thoughts on Jacob Fatu and his narc situation, please watch Raw and SmackDown Final Hours every Monday and Friday right here on the Slipperhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. All right, Maxine Dupree versus Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez beat the shit out of Dupree here, which was something. I'm glad Rodriguez got the win here. Maxine Dupree, again, she was something that was maybe hot for a second. There was a spark there. I wouldn't say she was hot, but it was pretty good. Pretty good for Raquel at least. And this is supposed to be a number one contenders match for the Intercontinental title, I believe. So now maybe Raquel has a chance to bring some more gold home for the Judgment Day. Oh boy. Oh boy. But then we had a video package as well here from Lyra Valkyria, who turned on Bayley last week to crickets. At least at my household, it was crickets. She has turned, and now she's Nikki Cross. Now she's Nikki Cross. I guess she's just going to start being crazy and zany. And she's going to, have like, she's going to do her makeup different or something. I don't know. I wasn't really excited about this. I was like, okay, it's Nikki Cross character on Lyra Valkyria. And then we had Chad Gable versus JD McDonough. And what I'm calling match of the night here on Monday Night Raw. This was a fantastic match. A lot of near falls in this match that I was surprised about. I was surprised it kept going, actually. I was like, holy shit, this match is still going. I was like, I thought it was going to end multiple times. A couple times with JD possibly winning. I said, what the fuck are they doing? This is getting crazy. But of course, they never want to surprise me and give me a shock and make me be like, oh, wow. Because honestly, I wouldn't have hated it. I mean, I love Chad Gable. He's on a roll here. But the way these two had chemistry and were wrestling, I thought it would have been plenty fine if JD picked up a win here and we had a nice little feud going into things. But maybe that's not the case because they still want all this involvement with the Alpha Academy. Yeah, McDonough doesn't get really the credit he deserves. The old Brian Peppers does not get the credit he deserves for, he's a workhorse, but also fantastic wrestling and fantastic match. He's smooth. Yeah, man, we like it. We like it. And he won with a submission. He won with an ankle lock. We love that he wins with the ankle lock. He laid down for the final one. As soon as he hit the floor at the mat, I said, this one's over. I said, this one's for sure over. And then, guess what? After the match, Danhausen regained his Knicks jersey. God, dude. After Raquel Rodriguez like hit him, knocked him to the floor, which I enjoyed that. The best, that was one of the best parts of Raw too. Was Raquel Rodriguez running out and hitting the shit out of Danhausen. I could watch that, make a gif of that, and I could watch that on repeat all day. And then we had Austin Theory and talking to Maxine Dupree, who didn't like that she was talking to Chad Gable. And he was like, maybe this isn't working out, babe. This is bad. Maybe this isn't working out. He did a Sylvester Stallone impression, and then he left. And I said, oh my God. All right, then we get up to the main event here. Monday Night Raw, we had Seth Rollins come out here and challenge Roman Reigns for his WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I thought Seth cooked here pretty good. I thought he was cooking pretty good. He was cooking some bacon and eggs, and I thought Roman was going to maybe serve up some pancakes, but no, that's not the case. It was just, let's keep Seth hot here. But because Roman made no sense. Roman was like, you're the back of the line to start this thing. And then by the end of it, he was like, I need to beat you. So Roman just like is easily manipulated. And Seth did a good job here of doing so with his promo. Yeah, you know, he says SummerSlam, we close the door on the Shield. I'm so sick of the Shield stuff too. Like, we got to mention the Shield. I mean, but this was good. This was good, and I think it's all really due to Rollins and his demeanor and his delivery here with this promo. This wasn't your typical Seth Rollins promo. He was cool, calm, collected, and maniacal. He was very precise and struck with precision with his words here. I thought Seth was really the shining star in this thing, which is tough for Roman, again, who had Jacob Fatu standing behind him, just looking like a narc and a little bitch. And I feel like Rollins had a lot of these things he wanted to say for a while. And he was good. Good stuff. Good stuff. I thought the highlight here, definitely Seth Rollins. Cool, calm, and collected. Triple C Seth Rollins. We love that. And we also love Chad Gable and JD McDonough, who I'm going to give the John Cena Can't Unsee Moment of the Week to their match. So congratulations, JD McDonough and Chad Gable, on winning the John Cena Can't Unsee Moment of the Week. Speaking of John Cena, he's bald again. He's bald again, and he's getting some more hair plugs. Right? He's got to get some more hair plugs because he cannot deal with the fact that he is going to die. He's going to die a bald old man. And he's mad about it. Dude, John, you would look sick bald. I saw the photo. You would look cool bald. Okay, if you just went clean bald and you just embraced it, but you won't do it because you're like, Hollywood won't. I can't play Eric Andre's older brother in a movie. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you could, dude. You could wear wigs. You can do all sorts of stuff, dude. Look at Jason Alexander's early career, dude. He was thriving. Okay? I didn't even know it was the same guy from Seinfeld when I was a kid, when I watched Dunkston Checks In. I said, who is that guy? He's got hair. So you could just put a wig on. You could be a character actor. Right? And you want to say that to someone that's like Batista? Oh, Hollywood doesn't like bald. But where's all the hair on Batista? Huh? Where's all the hair on The Rock? Huh? I think Hollywood is less accepting of you with that big ass fucking bald spot you're trying to, get that freaking weird holistic medicine doctor to cover up. Your slander towards the bald community will not be accepted, John. It will not be accepted. But that's it, guys. It's Pro Wrestling Sauce. We did it. We did it. I covered Night of Champions. I covered Raw, and we've got another week of wrestling to talk about. And I'll be live again this Friday, vertically on your phone, right? You can hang out with me vertically on the phone. Now I'm right here on the Superhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel for your SmackDown final hour this Friday. Not sure if the Thursday time slot's still up in the air, but you know all the other shows. House Assembly, Final Hour, and Pro Wrestling Sauce right here every Wednesday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time on the Superhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. Okay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends about it. And come back. You could always leave a chat. No chats tonight, which is fine, dandy. Right? It's late on a Wednesday, and early in some other places in the world. So I understand. No chatters, but some nights the chat's full. Some nights the chat is full, and to my surprise. So if you would like to leave a chat, you can come on in here and leave a chat. If you're listening to the audio version of this, we greatly appreciate it. You can find the audio versions of this on Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts, whatever, That's it. Normally I ask for parting words, but as seeing as if no one was here tonight, that's just me. Just trying to think of something funny maybe I could play to send us off the air here. Nope, I don't have any. I don't have that technology. We'll just play. You know what? Here, we'll give Sami Zayn another salute. Let's give Sami Zayn another salute. Why don't we? To cap it off for Sami, right? Wow. Congratulations, Sami. Congratulations. All right. We're getting out of here. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Everybody have a good night. Bye.